Hi friends, it's Miss Monica. Today I decided that I'm going to paint with nature. So I have a big piece of bark, I have a pine cone, I have some roots that I found in my lawn, I found a rock, a leaf, and a stick. And I think I'm going to do two paintings. I think I'm going to do one to see what kind of pattern all of this will make. And then I'm going to make another one using these as my paint brushes. So I have what I'm going to put my paint on. I have my water, I have my paint, and I have my paper. So let's start. So I'm going to start with the bark. I'm going to paint the bark purple. And then, once I finish painting it, I'm going to put it on my paper to see what kind of texture it gives. Now that I have it all painted, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to put it on my paper. Look at that. It looks like it's going to have a pretty cool stripe pattern. Let's see. Press it down. Ready? Wow, it didn't actually make a lot of stripes. It probably did that because some of the pieces of bark are higher than others. So the only ones that stuck on the paper are the ones that are taller. Interesting. Next, I'm going to do this rock, and I'm going to do it blue. So just like with the bark, I'm going to paint the rock blue. Now that it's all painted, let's see what kind of pattern it gives us. Squish it down on the paper really good. Wow! It did a really similar thing to the bark. Even though it may look really smooth, it still has parts that stick up higher than others. That's pretty neat. So now I'm going to paint these roots, and I'm going to do them this green here. So we're going to see what happens. Now that I have it all painted, I'm going to press it on my paper. Look at that. We have some lines and then there's some spots from where it moved. Next, I'm going to be painting this pine cone yellow. The pine cone looks pretty cool painted yellow. Let's see what it does. A little bit of a roll. It's kind of speckled. And you can almost see all of the separation. Now I'm going to be painting my leaf this pretty orange color. And I'm going to do it with the spine part of the leaf facing up to see if I can get the spine to show up. So I have my leaf painted. Now we're going to put it on the paper and press down and see what shows up. Ooh, you can see the spine and some of the leaves. That's pretty cool. Finally, I'm going to be painting my stick red. Now that I've painted my stick red, I'm going to put it on the paper. And I'm going to press it down. Look at that. Again, we saw that the higher points are what are sticking to the paper. So this is what our painting looks like now. This was our leaf and our stick, our roots, our pine cone, our bark, and our rock. Now let's see what kind of thing we can paint with it. So I think my plan for this bark is I'm going to try and use it as like a stamp. So I put some more purple on it. And I'm going to try and stamp it, kind of, and make a little spot of purple. Because now that I know what all of my paintbrushes are going to do, I kind of can have an idea of what I want to make. And I'll do one more right here. think that looks pretty cool. So now I think I'm going to paint my rock blue again. And I'm going to mix a little bit of it into some of my purple. And maybe bring it over here and kind of concentrate all of my spots down at the bottom. So now I'm going to take my painted rock. And I'm going to start pressing it around. Maybe bring some in to the purple. Maybe roll it a little bit. See if I can get any kind of differences. Looks like I need a little bit more paint. So I added a few more spots of blue. Now I'm going to try and see what happens. I also painted the bottom of my rock. I'm going to see what happens if I drag it. So if I drag my rock, it makes little smears. Or if I twist it, what kind of patterns can I make? Now I think I'm going to take my pine cone right here and I'm going to try spinning it. Look at that, I kind of have a circle. And what if I did some spots around it? And maybe, since I have a big open space here, maybe I'll put one right here. And then maybe one over here. This kind of looks like a sun, doesn't it? And this kind of looks like the sky. Look at that. So I painted my leaf orange again. So I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to press it really good because I kind of want the pattern, but then I think I'm going to drag my paper. I'm going to drag it across. Now it looks like a really big leaf because it looks like the highest texture was the inside vein of the leaf, and that's what dragged on. Look at that. Should we try another one? Let's do another one right next to it. So we'll press, press, press. And then we'll hold onto our paper and drag our leaf. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Now for my stick, I think I'm going to hold onto it. I'm going to wiggle, 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 wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I'm going to press down and I'm going to try wiggling over here. And I'm going to wiggle it over here. And maybe roll a little bit. Roll a little bit. Add a little bit of red. Now I'm going to use my root. I'm going to press it down, and I think I'm going to use it kind of like a paintbrush. So I'm going to smudge the green around. I'm going to bring it down at the bottom. And smudge it. Maybe we could dip a little bit more in the green. And then maybe kind of turn it into a little bit of a tree. I think that looks pretty cool. So now I think my painting is done. Looks like I have a sun, maybe a tree, and maybe this is like the ground. And then these leaves kind of look like flowers, or maybe they're autumn trees. This is what I came up with using my nature supplies. I think it looks pretty cool. What can you guys come up with?